Hello, welcome to another Teaching Tip Tuesday. This Tuesday I'd like to talk to you about your calendar. I try to get my calendar done for the next year as early as possible. I aim for September, sometimes it's a bit later than that, and I try to lock in as many dates as I can for the following year, for performances, generally events. Especially if it involves other staff. You might have instrumental teachers that are on a circuit and you want to lock them in to the particular dates, and they've got to work in with their other schools. Within your school, you've got camps and all sorts of things happening. And I find the earlier you can get your music dates in, the better. It's like first in, best dressed, I guess. It doesn't mean you won't have to change yours, but if they're already in, it's more likely people will work around you because you were in there first and you were organised. It's easier said than done because we are all so busy, but it really is worth it if you can make time to set your calendar as early as possible. It may even be possible to set it earlier in the year, especially if it's an annual event and people just know, the second Thursday of November is X occurs. So as much as possible, get your diary done early for the following year. And while we're on that point, I think it's actually a good idea just for you to look at the coming term, list what you've got coming up, and more importantly, something that I sometimes neglect to do well is to make sure that everyone in your school community knows. Make sure your class teachers know that next term, XYZ is happening on these dates. I think the less surprises that happen to the poor overwhelmed classroom teachers, the better it is. So maybe looking ahead at the following term and what's coming up, and give everyone a heads up. How you do that, of course, is up to you and your system and your school, but I think it's really worth doing. So set your diary early, as early as possible, and let people know ahead of time, if you can, what's happening in your little music world. That's my teaching tip for Tuesday. Bye.